All right, everyone, welcome to the podcast. Let me switch to the podcast screen. Welcome to the
We got a podcast
podcast.
screen?
Yeah, it's
Oh, look at
it's
that.
yeah, it is. Um, so if you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, of course you can tell what this is. But today we're going to be talking about music and 2020 in general. Before we start anything, let me introduce our guests. Both from the same college. I won't say what college. Different majors, but we have Oob and Kill with Sass with us today, joining
What's up,
us,
Hello.
y'all?
and we will also have maybe other people joining. Like usual, people pop in and people pop out. But again, before we do anything, we have a sponsor for today's stream. I know, only 10 followers and a sponsor already. Today's sponsor is Big Boys. Now, Big Boys is not only a rising SoundCloud rapping and group, but they just released a new album called The Hot Seat. Now, you can look these people up on SoundCloud with that exact link, or you can just search Big Boys up on SoundCloud. Now, very exact one is the one with the deadly skeleton and the giant dinosaur in their logo at the moment. So,
So Godzilla dunking.
yeah. So go check them out today. They're sponsoring today's stream. It means a lot that I already have a sponsor with only 10 followers and only 2 people watching the stream, but it's great. So onto the podcast. So talking about we're gonna start with albums. So I did listen to the Hot Seat. I thought it was pretty decent.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
oh yeah. We may have one of the group members in here.
Yup. Yup. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, a group
Uh,
member of the big boys in here. I won't review anything else other than that. But I think we'll go with Kill Sass if you want to start us out with your
Yeah.
favorite album of the year.
Yeah. My favorite album of the year comes from a small group called June. It's a very short album. Um, they did most of their releases in 2020, but the album is called A Little Messed Up and Ambulance. So it's not really an album, it's just very like two releases. It's the regular version and then the acoustic version of both songs. And this I really, really just like their sound overall. So basically they're sort of like the Gorillas, where it's the alter egos drawn in cartoon style who are making the music, not like the actual artists who are working on everything as a whole, as well as like the animation and everything like that. But basically it is a cartoon group of three friends who all do a little bit of everything. So nobody is like the singer, nobody is the bassist, everybody kind of works on everything.
that's a vibe.
And yeah, it really is. And I think what I like really a lot about their tracks is I guess I would call it like soft core mixed with this sort of lo-fi because it's still mastered and you can still hear all of these really nice beats and all the percussion is really
Thank you for
nice.
the follow.
But the lyrics are they're not done in that like sort of what is it called? Like warbly mic or like that sort of like popping mic that's really common in lo-fi. They just kind of
Hmm.
produce like a really clean sound. And everything is really, really tight. And the lyrics also are just amazing. So I think starting with the first track, A Little Messed Up, is probably what got me into them. Um, really, really nice chorus, really great hooks. I really think that this was probably one of my top songs of the year, even though my Spotify stats don't show it. This is probably one of my favorite finds. Um, and then their other song, Ambulance, also very good. So I don't know. For me, I think that this is probably my artist slash album slash releases of the year. And they are also a small group with only 234,000 listeners. So support small artists as well.
Yeah, that sounds really great. Um,
Yeah.
now, do you listen to any of the other albums that they've come out with over the years?
They released a track in 2019 called Chills, which I also really enjoyed. Uh, but you know, I think that A Little Messed Up and Ambulance, I think, are their top tracks for me.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but thank you for the follow, Fox Kalim. I probably just butchered that because I know who that is, so I'm gonna feel that later. Uh,
Yeah.
but really appreciate it. It means a lot to the channel, and it helps us so much. Feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram because yes, we have an Instagram.
We do?
Yes, we have an Instagram.
Me
Yo,
too.
We have exactly 0 posts, but we have an Instagram. I claim the name the other day.
there we go. Okay.
I don't have a Twitter though. I don't have that yet. Okay. Okay. So I think not my favorite album, but an honorable mention. Now I also don't agree with this artist did after the Grammy nominees came out with, but the Weekend After Hours album. I thought that was really good,
Hmm.
especially Blinding Lights. And
Thanks. I
oh
like that song.
gosh, that was such a good song. And I can't imagine how many times I was jamming to that into college in my dorm shower, and like if and my shower is like right next to the hallway, so people can definitely hear what music I'm listening to in the morning.
Hey
So
man, you're not the only one. I've heard that song several times from the
yeah,
showers in my dorm complex.
yeah,
So
I guess it's a shower song, bro.
I mean, hey, it's clean. Ah-ha-ha. All right, I'll go Kermit now. My bad. But
That's good. But I think my best album that's entirely an album that's up for a Grammy is Hillsong Young and Free's album that came out. Gosh, I forgot the name already. Give me a second. Such a bad host. Oh gosh, such a bad
Come
host.
on, you didn't have all your things
I did
prepared.
not. All of My Best Friends by Hillsong Young and Free. It's nominated for a Grammy, and I listened to almost every song out of that album, and I can't remember the last album I did that of. So, it's um, they're an Australian group, and it's literally it. I mean, the title of the band's basically they're a bunch of college kids, um, and they just produce music. They've been producing music over the last couple of years, but this last album just like knocked it out of the park. So.
Hmm,
And most of their songs have music videos to it as well. So I haven't seen that in a
sweet.
while for a album to do. All right, Uber, whatever you go by.
you just call me Ethan. It's all good.
Yeah, you can just call me Pluto too,
All
just while
right, I
we're on
didn't
that.
know. I
Yeah,
should have asked
we
that
we, we,
first.
we ain't got to worry about the code names.
Yeah.
Um, shit. My favorite album this year, I think it might be Unlocked by Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats. It kind of went like a little bit under the radar. But y'all know Denzel Curry, right? The rapper.
Yeah.
Nope.
Really? Okay.
No.
Pluto, I'm gonna have to put you on this. Um, but
Enlighten.
yeah, it's it's really good. And Kenny Beats is a crazy producer. He's got a show on YouTube called The Cave, where he brings on rappers who like he makes a beat and then they either like freestyle or like make a song with him, just like as like part of a show segment. And this kind of came from that. Um,
Okay.
if you know the Jesus is the one like stick my dick in a bag of Doritos song, like it came from that was a like a meme episode on that show. That's where the song came from. Um,
My boy Zach Foss, bro.
yes, sir.
Living a legend of the
Um,
music world.
yeah, that guy's awesome. But but yeah, I don't know. It's just got some really funky energy, and they did like an animation on YouTube for it too. That it's just nuts. I haven't seen like a animation that like was that cool with like a rap album in a long time, and the production's really good because it's Kenny Beats and like that's just what he does. So I don't know. It was dope. Every time I listen to it, I just go crazy.
There's a couple other songs I want to go over and get your guys' opinions on that was out of album, and it was just like They're really good songs that just popped out of anywhere and everywhere. And one was I hate to mention this, but BTS's Dynamite came out this year.
Yes. Yeah.
That was, I
It's
mean,
smack.
if you look at the lyrics closely, it's it's interesting what they say. But
Can we pull that up on stream? Is that like allowed?
No, because of Twitch. Twitch has a bunch of new rules, so
Like
we can talk about music.
like the lyrics or like
I'm not sure about the lyrics, but I think we should probably just play it safe.
fair enough. I don't know anything
I
about
can look
Twitch,
them up and
so
just read off a couple of them, a couple lines.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I think there's one in general that I want to say. Why is this? Oh, I looked up the Korean ones. Give me a second.
Oh my god.
because I don't know anything about like BTS or K-pop except for
Oh,
the song they did with Juice World. So
Oh, I didn't. I don't. I like.
I was a little into K-pop, but not into BTS entirely. Um,
Wait, I
so
gotta. Did that come out this year? Hold up, I gotta look up someone. Um,
but yeah.
when did it come out?
We want
It
to
did get released.
while we're
Oh my gosh, we
oh,
overlooked one of the greatest songs that came out this year. Godzilla by Eminem.
oh,
Featuring
facts.
Juice World.
Wow. God, that feels like about ages ago.
Gosh, I forgot about that.
That was in 2020.
Yes, released 2020.
God, 2020 was such a long decade, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh man, like
Okay, to get back on the BTS thing, cup of milk, let's rock and roll is a line.
Yeah, that's a mood, honestly.
What else? There's a couple other ones in here. Wait a second.
I think that if that doesn't capture our generation's energy more than anything, I think that's it. That's what does it.
What, BTS?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I honestly have only listened to
fair enough.
I've only listened to their Dynamite song.
Mm. Yeah.
I should have done a lot more research for this podcast, given. But
I know.
Yeah, bro, you could have the K-pop stands coming for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna post this on YouTube and the K-pop fans are gonna
all
run at
four
you.
of the people watching the stream right now. Yeah.
They're probably K-pop.
Hey,
Maybe.
any advertisement's good advertisement at this point. So
there you go.
Yeah. That's fair.
okay.
If we want to talk about the music that got us through quarantine,
Oh, yeah,
that's
go
a
ahead.
different story. Like
Oh,
albums that
boy.
weren't released in 2020, but stuff that still got us through quarantine. I have my Spotify pulled up right now. Music is a big deal for me. Always has been. So music really helped me get through quarantine. Started off the year with like 20 playlists. Now I have 152 on Spotify. So that's how
Oh
my
my
quarantine
lord.
went.
What? I only have 5, and that's on YouTube Music. I don't even have a Spotify.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So music was a very big deal for me, getting me through quarantine. And I think this is to anybody who has seen my tweets or my Spotify Wrapped, this is going to come as no surprise. But the artist that I think single-handedly got me through quarantine was Snail Mail.
Snail Mail.
Snail Mail, yep. Snail Mail is another underground, only about 460,000 listeners. Underground softcore, kind of like it's done in a style I want to say like 90s grunge, but also sort of like modern day angst, like when it comes to lyrics, but the sound is very like 90s. I want to say like soft grunge. So Snail Mail definitely just got me through quarantine. And I think that I was also in the top 0.5% of their Spotify listeners this year. Thank you,
There you
Spotify
go.
Wrapped, for those stats. Yeah, exactly. And I think right now they only have two full albums out. The first one is called Habit from 2016. I think all the songs smack. Um, Second one is an album called Lush from 2018, which is also very good. If you want to get into snail mail tracks, I would recommend Let's Find An Out. Just really clean, really nice, kind of slow, really good for like, those songs where you just want to like sit in a blanket and just like watch the rain and like drink something hot. Like that's kind of snail mail's whole vibe, I guess, but I think that song in particular. Um,
Okay, but
yeah, so I think definitely if you're looking for smaller artists or if you want to support smaller artists or if you're just looking for something to vibe to, snail mail, 100%. Oh, hi, Rainbow. How are you?
Feel free
I
to
didn't
put
see you
your
go.
favorite music on in the chat as well.
Yeah.
We want to hear your guys' opinion on your 2020 playlists, music albums, and singles. And if you're also a SoundCloud rapper, put it down there and see. Maybe we can
yep,
check
there
it out.
you
Maybe you'll be the sponsor of the next video.
go. Hey man, shout out the Tron Legacy soundtrack. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that got me through a big chunk of quarantine.
Really?
I think they I heard some recently. I'll have to look this up real quick. I think they actually released like a deluxe version or something
Ooh.
recently. Hold
Okay.
on, let me look this joint up.
Well, it's like
Yes, they did. On December 18th actually. They I gotta listen to this. Oh shit. But yeah, so they added like another like 7 or so songs on it. Um,
did they? That's
but
lit.
yeah, I'm a big fan of the Tron music. It's just such a
Oh
vibe.
yeah.
Yeah. Did
I
you?
if you guys watched the movie podcast with me and another person, we talked about how Tron Legacy was probably one of the best soundtracks that's come out in the 2000s.
100%.
So, um,
Mhm.
I absolutely they got a well known artist to do the entire, not just a song like with some movies, but the entire soundtrack was them.
The
So
Daft Punk always goes crazy.
Daft Punk is crazy. Have they been releasing anything else lately? That's the real question.
Not that I know of,
Dude,
but could
watch.
be
It's
wrong.
gonna be like December 30th, and Daft Punk is gonna drop an album, and it is going to entirely change 2020. I'm calling it. Or
Oh
somebody
That
is gonna drop a mystery album like December 30th,
bro,
and is going to
Eminem
sum up.
dropped an album like a week or two ago,
oh
I
yeah, he
think,
did.
Oh,
That was yeah, he
because he
did.
dropped the deluxe edition of his Music to Be Murdered by.
Yeah.
hmm.
I've only listened to a few songs on it so far, but man, that guy is crazy.
Yeah,
Like, you have to love it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he goes hard.
Oh yeah, he's yeah, and like his like the change from like when his younger him compared to his now is like amazing as well.
Yeah.
mm,
So
So
Snail Mail got me through quarantine. Tron got Ethan through quarantine. What got you through quarantine?
uh, I gotta admit, when I was in last semester, I was listening to a lot of Imagine Dragons. Believe it or not, looking them
Oh,
up on there.
mm.
interesting. Some of the newer stuff or some of the older stuff?
A little bit of both actually, because Radioactive always slams. So, but
Yeah, Radioactive and Slim.
and like a lot of their newer stuff has come out to be really good as well. So, and I always enjoy Roots is a really good song. I think it's like
Hmm.
a one-off as well, like because they didn't really make music like that anymore. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Then
A lot of artists. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
there's just like a lot of other like random songs for me that like from random playlists. Like this last month, like the Trans Siberian Orchestra really did it for me. But it's just holiday mood.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, there you go.
And it's like that one of those change my mind things. Trans Siberian Orchestra is all you need for Christmas music. So
I
Mm,
mean, yeah,
yeah, that sounds fair.
I would agree with that. Like, I'm honestly not really a huge fan of Christmas music, but like, as long as it's in December, I don't mind it.
yeah,
Like,
I mean, I'm Jewish. There are only like three Hanukkah songs, and Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song has two parts that are two different songs. So we're kind of limited on that front. Um,
I feel like I'm gonna
So
message Big Boys then for next Christmas.
yeah, yo, if you guys want to
I
drop a Hanukkah album, and I can I can rap a Hanukkah verse for you. I got you.
I'm like 85% sure that would get us canceled, but I'm down.
Oh yes, because like one of the other of your earlier songs would have gotten you canceled already.
All right,
Yeah.
well, you know what? We were just having fun with it, and I got no shame, so whatever.
I think yes, today I found a new song by I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the artist Lecrae,
I have not.
but he did a multi artist song with 1K Few, Wande, and her view. I don't know. Never heard of those artists before, but it smacks, bro. Like I was jamming the GameStop today. Yeah, I went to GameStop today. Literally,
What'd you get?
Oh, really?
I got. Oh, you guys can see it in the webcam. I got this cool little like Star Labs like keychain. Kind
Bro,
of.
I thought that was a flask. I need help.
Yeah, hold up. Then
Oh my god.
Xbox came out with their own Xbox X playing cards.
Ooh, cool.
So got those as well. And
Nice.
still have about majority of my gift cards still to GameStop because there's nothing good there at the moment.
Yeah.
They're still selling Xbox One controllers for $60.
Jeez.
Bruh, they have never been worth $60.
Bro, and guess what?
not since release day.
And I was there. 3 of them were sold.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Yo, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch the VOD and then I'm gonna make a playlist with all the songs that we talk about.
Oh,
all
That
the
is a good idea.
chat.
And then we could like put it in like on we could put it on the 321 break Instagram.
Yeah, put it
Oh,
on
yeah.
the you can put it right on the Twitch page. I think there's a place for links. We can just drop it in there.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm
absolutely.
gonna do after. So if you guys got music in the chat that helps get you through 2020, put it in there, and I will put it on the playlist after I watch the VOD.
Hold up. Shout out Little Rainbow that just put Yo Jewish Gang Rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Rainbow.
Alright, well, we're gonna do a small break while we switch all of our stuff to get ready for 2020 news of hell and fire and stuff like that. So, we're gonna
Fire and brimstone, the end is nigh.
While the 2 people get ready for this, we're gonna go over to the sponsor again. Today we're sponsored by the SoundCloud rap group known as Big Boys. Now Big Boys
out here.
is not a normal SoundCloud group. They're college kids. They're just goofing around, and some of their music is actually really, really good, including their new album that just popped out right now on SoundCloud. Now, you can follow the link that's on there, or just look up Big Boys on SoundCloud and look for the album. The album's called The Hot Seat. Now, there's a reason why there's a parental advisory sticker on it. Now, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that most of this is for jokes and not serious. And you should have a fun time listening to it. Also, probably put your headphones on. You're gonna...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Put your headphones on and then turn down your volume just a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say. So,
Nah, bump that shit.
you can tell one of the members might be in the Discord right now.
I wonder who it is. I wonder who.
Make sure to go after we're done with the stream today. Make sure to go check them out. Look at their videos. It's really cool. They're competing with another rap group, I believe, right now for followers. So.
Oh, it's not really a competition. We're just memeing, but hopefully we're doing a collab with them soon.
Yes.
That would warm my cold dead heart.
Oh my god.
All right, with that sentiment. All right, 2020 news.
2020 news. Hey, do you guys remember in January when we were making World War III memes?
Oh gosh, it was because of the.
Forgot about that. Oh my
the
god.
Drone strike.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that happened this January.
I mean, nothing really came of that other than didn't we like tomahawk like a airstrip as well then?
Dude, I honestly don't know. I'll be honest with you. I get all of my news now from the memes. Like I found out Putin was resigning because I was looking at
what?
Supernatural spoilers. Wait, you didn't know that Putin was resigning?
Putin's resigning?
Yes, and you know how I found out? A shitty supernatural meme about a gay angel going to super mega hell
I
for
remember
confessing
you
his love
talking
for
about
Dean
that.
Winchester.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm
Ugh.
seeing multiple news articles right here that the Kremlin slams the report.
I mean, huh. There's probably gonna be all kinds of weird stuff because if he
This
is
happened.
resigning, then like,
This happened November 6th.
Yeah, this happened like during the election week, during election 2 weeks. Who knows how long this election is? I think technically it was still going on
huh?
for like a while,
Ain't that
but
something?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, yo, Ali and AJ just released an explicit version of potential breakup
I
songs.
know that smacks. It goes so hard. Ally and AJ was an icon for anybody who used to watch Disney Channel. You can recognize them. Their music was in the Minutemen movie. Because
Oh,
that
that was
movie is
such a
one of my
good
favorite.
movie.
It was so good. It was so
All Disney
um
originals are good. Sorry, gotta put it out
all
there.
of yeah, all of them. Oh, yes, Micah, amazing. I agree with you.
I might be
Yeah,
like
let's
a closet Lemonade Mouth fan, but
yes, Lemonade Mouth is also amazing. Also, all the music still holds up in Lemonade Mouth, which I think is incredible.
yeah, that was like the
What else happened
that
in
was like the
January?
sorry. There's that was like the Avengers of Disney Channel TV stars. Like
Yes.
like
Yes, it was. It was like Bridget Mendler, the red-haired kid,
yeah.
the Haley Kiyoko, who was in Wizards of Waverly Place and who still owns my heart to this day. Yeah, it was
So
great.
yeah, that was
It was
like
Uh,
really
I changed my mind. First Avengers was bad. Avengers came second.
for
there
real.
you go.
Lemonade Mouth walked so the Avengers could run.
Alright, go ahead, Pluto.
Um,
Bro, y'all want to hear this article that I found today that just made me giggle?
If it
sure.
made you giggle, I'm kind of concerned. But go
It's
ahead.
it's 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 like kind of messed up, but also like funny. Child
Uh-oh.
labor in palm oil industry tied to Girl Scout cookies, and it's like,
Oh,
yeah, like
yes.
like they're Girl Scouts, like all of them are children.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't I just read that the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts are going to war right now?
Probably, bro.
What?
The Boy Scouts are taking all the girls away. So
Yeah, wasn't it bad?
What?
Yeah,
yeah, cause
like didn't they like actually declare war? Hold up, this was like this.
Wait, did
I don't
this
know
also
about
happen in
that, but like
2020?
that sounds like something that would have happened recently, but I don't know.
Exploiting Girl Scout cookies now. Let's go. We've been exploiting
Let's
Girl Scout
go.
cookies for years. I don't know what you're talking
Dude,
Yeah.
about.
Nobody has
yeah,
talked about it because Thin Mints are just that delicious.
As
But if we called them out on their really sketchy and predatory business model of using children to push their product, then we wouldn't have Thin Mints anymore. But I think it's 2020. It's time for us to give that up. Start calling out the
oh,
Girl
you know what
Scouts
I
of
forgot to
America.
do? I forgot to change back to the podcast thing on Twitch. So they've just been looking at the sponsorship. All right, sorry about that.
hey.
Fine. Hey.
They didn't pay for that much sponsorship. Actually, you guys didn't pay at all. So
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm
Like,
taking your tires off your car as payment.
don't get mad. The album covers up on your screen. You made it.
No, Micah, you should
I have
just
no
slash
ties to
3 of
that.
their
I don't know.
tires
I don't know what you're talking
because
about.
insurance will only pay for 2 or 4 of the tires. If you slash 3, it'll all have to come from out of pocket.
I'll just steal his rearview mirror. All right, back to 2020.
Back
Jokes
to
on y'all. My
2020.
car ain't even in this state. Do your worst.
For a snowball
Uh,
half the country over.
Uh,
Sorry, Pluto.
bro.
Go
what
ahead.
else happened in 2020? Oh, we lost Kobe Bryant, unfortunately, back in
Yeah,
January,
that
February.
sucked.
That
That
sucks.
was that was really, really hard. It happened actually like down the street from my house. So it happened in the hills. So there's like the giant 101 freeway. I'm on the east side, west side. It literally happened on the west side of the freeway. Like in the hills right there. So we couldn't leave our house. We couldn't get out of our neighborhood because cars and people were flooding the streets. Um, and we were the first ones. Everybody in our neighborhood knew, I think, about 2 to 3 hours before the news put it out. Um,
Hmm.
It makes
yeah.
sense. Sorry,
So
not to be
no,
disrespectful, but
no, it does because first of all, we had no idea what was going on, and then we heard originally we just thought it was a random like test pilot helicopter crash. And then we heard somebody from the area neighborhood was on board, and then we heard that it was Kobe about like 15 minutes after it happened. Um, and so it was
sorry to
crazy.
interrupt. So, thank you,
No, you're good.
Thank you, Joffrey, for the follow. It means a lot to us. Go ahead.
And people were flooding the streets with flowers and gifts, and people stayed there all night, and it was really hard to watch. And my heart goes out to the people of Los Angeles. My heart goes out to the Bryant family. So, you know, there's that. We lost a lot of good people in 2020. I think um, another one that really hit close to home for me was losing Eddie Van Halen in
Oh,
an October.
yeah,
That was really rough um, for a lot of people. And then we also lost Chadwick Boseman
yeah.
in August. Um, And Marvel has come out and said they are not going to be recasting Black Panther. So, I
I
Well,
mean,
think that was the right
that's good.
call.
That was definitely the right call. And I think just respecting his legacy um, as that character, I think that was really good of them. Um,
yeah, I'll be.
and I don't know how many of you guys are like into Monty Python. We also lost Terry Jones.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
How many
2020 was,
how many of them are left now?
oh God, I think out of the original, I think only 4 or 5.
Yeah, because when I was like 12 or 13, my folks and I we got to go on a trip to London for like about a week. Which was nuts. And as part and like the main reason for that was we got to see like their last live performance. And I wish they had done it like a few years later because like I wasn't like super into them at that point and I didn't really
Mhm.
like fully appreciate it. But like man, that was nuts. Like it's gonna suck when those guys are all gone. Like they made
Yeah.
some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry. On the chats, I got a couple questions for us.
Yeah.
They were asking what was up with J.K. Rowling this year.
Oh, we can talk about J.K. Rowling.
And before we get into
So,
that, because I know what that's leading to, everyone asks, you think they can continue Black Panther with Shuri? Suri.
yeah. Yeah, I think, well, in the
I feel
comics,
like that's
Shuri
probably the best
eventually
move.
does take up the mantle of Black Panther. So I think if they just do that, they'll be okay. And they'll be able to, one, honor Chadwick Boseman by not recasting T'Challa. Um, and then two, continuing the legacy of Black Panther. And also, like, giving some love to Shuri. Shuri really does deserve it. She did so much, and also she's one of my favorite characters from the comics. So I think it'll be
Alright.
Hmm.
good.
I
Yeah, I
don't.
haven't really read like any of the Black Panther comics, but like if they're gonna go that route and follow more of like those storylines, I feel like that's usually a good thing. So
Yeah. And I've heard bits and pieces from friends and family about what is going to be going down in the new Black Panther movie. And I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I can talk about it. So apparently they're going
Man,
to
I
be
could have
exploring.
clickbaited people with this. You gotta tell me this beforehand.
So apparently be exploring the world of Wakanda more as a whole, instead of focusing on Black Panther, which I think is going to be interesting. I think they are going to crown Shuri the mantle of Black Panther. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping not to jinx it, but you know, the 2020 bad luck, 2020 energy might just do it. But apparently, they're going to be exploring more the world of Wakanda and focusing on like Lupita Nyong'o's character. I forgot her name. Oh God. But they're going to be focusing more on like the characters and the world there than they are going to be expanding the storyline. So I think either way, it's going to be interesting. And also, I loved the visuals from Wakanda. I thought they were all really pretty, and I thought Marvel did a really good job of making them stylized and concise and just really beautiful. So I'm excited to see more of it. I really am.
Okay, so
I
just to
just
go,
want to see those rhinos running around again. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
on a different note, in the comics, it is Shuri that gets past the mantle for Black Panther.
Yes.
So if they follow
Yes.
the comics like they do in most of the cases, that it should go line up right exactly with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into too much of J.K. Rowling, but I believe as she usually does, either I think it was a book that was controversial, or did she say something that was controversial?
It was a book and then also a series of essays. It was a book that she's planning or has written because it's quarantine and people did insane amounts of work. Um, and so basically, she released a series of essays about what she thought was the whole deal behind being transgender. And she is known to have said and to have actively been a very transphobic person. So she is releasing this book. Um, and she basically, what the big controversy that's going on right now is that BBC is like praising her for doing it, and they're giving her like her essay that was very transphobic a bunch of awards. Um, so that's really where the main controversy is going on right now. Fox is also right. She is a TERF, and if any of you don't know what a TERF means, it means that basically you say that you're a feminist, but you don't include alternate identities of femininity within your idea of feminism, um, or like what it means to be a woman, or just being trans in general. So yeah, we don't like TERFs. If you're a TERF, fuck off. But yeah, basically, there's all that going on, and she just keeps putting her foot in her mouth, causing a lot of problems.
All right, perfect.
See, that's the thing I don't really understand because it's like she's got like serious fuck you money. She doesn't have to do shit for the rest of her life if she doesn't want to. Like, it's just kind of wild. Like, why would you go out of your way just to like be talking shit about people that didn't do anything to you? Like, I just don't understand that. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
But after going through all that crappy mood, Parasite won the Oscar this year. Remember?
Yes, Parasite did sweep. Um, and honestly, I think that it deserved it. I loved Parasite. I thought it was really, really good.
I did not see that one. I have no idea what y'all are talking about now.
Yeah, I was
Oh
about
my
to say
goodness.
I never saw the movie, but I saw clips from it.
Is
And
this gonna be like future movie night type of thing?
oh gosh.
Yes, this can definitely be a future movie night.
We're definitely getting hated on all by the K-pop people and the Korean households
Yeah.
that watch the stream.
Yes. But Parasite is really, really good. Please go watch it. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil a thing, but it's I think it's the movie that 2020 needed before we needed it, if that makes sense. It's like that Netflix special that came out. What was it? Virus or Pandemic? It came out.
Mm,
It came out in like December. And
oh,
then
that's
during quarantine, my family, we just sat down and we just watched it all. It's what we needed before we needed it.
Sorry,
nice.
Parasite didn't come out this year. It won the Oscar this year. The help with
Yes,
the
it
chat.
swept at the Oscars.
Yes, I and
Oh, and
Another
also
thing
see,
that
I
happened.
see
Oh,
a comment about Rick Riordan
yes.
in here. Hell yes.
what? Parasite was last
He
year. Hold
also
on. No.
No, it won the Oscars this year.
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
But it came out 2019, but it
All
got
right, go
all the
ahead,
awards
Ethan.
this year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The Trials of Apollo series, which is sort of like the final like book of the like sort of Percy Jackson, all that like whole universe sort of thing. He that came out this year, and I really liked it. So I'll definitely go read that, especially if you're standing Rick Riordan. If you haven't read that already, highly recommend.
Aren't they also coming out with a Percy Jackson? Didn't they get a deal to do a TV show now? And Logan Lerman is coming back as Poseidon, not Percy.
I think so. Yeah, because there was something on his like Twitter or Instagram or whatever about it. They're doing a Disney Plus series, and apparently apparently he learned from his past transgressions with working with movies, and he's gonna be like directly involved with like all of the
Yes.
production and like everything. So I'm excited about that. I've got high hopes for it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. Percy Jackson was really nice to read as a kid, and I don't know. I still have like the full box somewhere,
Yep,
but
I've got
yeah.
the whole series like on the shelf behind me. But, uh,
All right.
Yeah.
Then
fantastic books.
another.
There was also the oh, go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
about to say. I think Tenet was in theaters for about 7 months this year.
Yes,
That was a funny story. Yeah. So
that was
if you guys
crazy.
haven't seen the movie Tenet, it's literally been in the theater stage for about 7 months because of the different stages in different states. So, like, you could have probably seen it over the summer, and probably could have seen it this month still in the theaters.
Yeah, I saw it I think over the summer. I forget. Um but yeah, that movie was I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it. It was really cool and the visuals and everything with like the reversing stuff. That was insane. Like I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker. I don't know exactly how they did that, but that was nuts.
Well,
So,
with
I have to give props for
all the movies in quotes that came out this year, it has a good chance for best, probably for best picture. Then,
that. I
I
mean, maybe.
Okay, I gotta look this up.
are
What
they
movies did
gonna
actually come out this year?
include? Well, okay, I know the funniest story that came out this year was New Mutants. So New Mutants has been in production for like no, longer than that. I've seen trailers for New Mutants all the way back since like Deadpool 1. And then it finally came out in 2020, and then it came out in theaters only during the height of the pandemic in July. And so it got no traction. Like was also just
All
really, really
right,
bad. But
Didn't
then
they
they
kind of
released
go
a
for like a
streaming
horror
service.
movie-esque element for that or
Yeah,
something? I don't know. I haven't
yeah,
seen it. My parents did, and they
all
said
right.
it was ass, but I don't know.
We
yeah.
got
I'll have to watch it at some point.
the
I think that is the last Fox X-Men movie to come out. Now everything's gonna be run by Marvel. So thank God everything's gonna be run
Hey,
by Marvel now, honestly.
the biggest movies that came out this year were The Trial of the Chicago 7, The Invisible
Okay.
Man, The Way Back. I'm thinking of Ending Things,
Oh, I'm thinking of ending things. Oh, what a good
Mulan.
movie.
Sorry.
Mulan.
Milan.
Mulan.
Man.
Mulan.
Uh, had to let the Americans show a little bit.
Yeah.
It was such a terrible movie, so I'm okay with mispronouncing that.
Oh man.
Bad Boys for Life came out. That was such a good movie. Soul, Onward.
Oh, I didn't see Onward because I was gonna watch it, but then pandemic.
Disney Plus. Um, Death on the Nile.
I haven't seen it.
Wonder Woman 1984, of
Is that
course.
like the boat murder mystery thing?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen that, but it looked alright.
Greyhound. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh God, the Sonic movie came out.
Yes, it did come out in
The Sonic
2020.
Oh
movie was
man.
Then
2020.
there's a
It
bunch of
was in
other small.
February
Yeah, it was a bunch
because
of
I went to go watch it on Valentine's Day.
um, Fantasy Island.
Oh, I've heard of it, but didn't see it because it looked
Artemis
really bad. It was
Fowl.
really bad.
Wait,
It looked,
they made a movie for that?
What?
yes, don't watch it. If you want to retain all of your happy memories from the books, do not watch the movie.
All right, fair enough.
I promise you.
There. A person in chat saying that the Trial of Chicago 7 is really good. Ethan, have you ever heard about that?
I'm ignorant, so no.
What is that about? The film was based on the 1969 trials of the 7 defendants charged with by the federal government with conspiracy and more, arising from countercultural protests in Chicago at this 1968 Democratic National Convention. Oh, I remember this in history class.
Yeah,
With
it was. I thought it was a really, really good movie.
haven't
If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go give it a
I'll
watch.
definitely see it just because it's Chicago based, and some of us in the chat goes.
Have a connection to Chicago?
Yeah, sorry, I'm laughing at someone in the chat. The Sonic movie was my favorite movie to come out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
I remember Valentine's Day. What did we go watch? Oh, the Birds of Prey movie. Did we
yeah,
already talk about that?
no, I was about to say it, but
Okay.
Birds of Play, Trolls World Tour came out.
Oh wow.
That was there.
I honestly, when I saw the ads for the first Trolls movie, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's just a kids movie. There's no way they're gonna make a oh, they made a sequel. Oh, oh no."
Hamilton on Disney Plus came out this year. Of course, Disney Plus really came out this year as well. So, but still, when
I
Hamilton,
mean, yeah.
that was pretty lit.
If we're talking about Disney Plus, we have to talk about The Mandalorian.
Oh
Oh,
yes,
true. We do have to
I've
talk about the
I
Mandalorian.
have fallen so far behind on Mandalorian. I don't think we can talk about it yet.
Oh
I
my
think
Dang,
God.
I think
You
bro,
had
you have
one
to watch
job,
the
Micah.
newest
I
season.
think
It's
You have to
nuts.
watch the
if the
newest
It's
ch-
season.
nuts.
if the chat no, I watched some of the new season. I think I the last episode I saw was the one with Ahsoka Tano. So
Okay,
that was the last one I watched. But I
it gets
think
better.
It
yeah,
gets so good. You have to finish it, and then we can talk about a year in
I
television review, and
think
we can add
I think the
Mandalorian to it.
next podcast will be about TV shows.
Okay, so we'll save TV for next time, and
Yes.
we should cough cough actually prepare this time.
You know what?
Imagine that.
Y'all, I made a spreadsheet for
You
myself.
made
I
a.
went hard.
You're not even the streamer. You made the spreadsheet.
Yeah, because I didn't want us to like row up Podcast Creek without a paddle.
I mean, have you watched the past streams? Even
Oh
that one
man.
stream you came in like 10 minutes left. Um,
Oh yeah, no, it was.
if you
Yeah.
love if you love these types of podcasts and want the very first podcast, I have to recommend it. That was pretty funny. There's three of us and we were just chilling, but it was pretty good.
In 2020, here's some more 2020 news. I can just rapid fire these off, and then if we want to talk about them specifically, we can
ahead.
go into it. But the murder hornets, the giant Asian hornet, was spotted in the U.S.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
first time.
Hmm.
The giant California wildfires. Rip Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She died September 18th. Trump tested positive for COVID.
Oh yeah,
Alex
that
Trebek
happened.
died.
I feel like sorry to interrupt, but if we talk about the California wildfires, we gotta talk about the entire continent that was on fire in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, true.
Mm.
Australia.
Australia,
Gotta love it.
that friendly
Yeah.
country that most of us forget about until something terribly or racist happens there, because it's usually one of the two.
I feel like America, of all places, has no good standing to call Australia racist, but fair.
Yeah.
They have their moments too. You should check.
Hey, bro, they
Maria
got
sometimes.
they got the Bogans. We got our rednecks. It's all good. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I
Uh,
remember those wildfires just devastating resources. And there was one picture that I think still sticks in my mind of the koala that was like running across the street, and instead of jumping up into another tree or like looking for another place to hide, it just ran and jumped on this woman and just like hugged her. And I just remember that being a really, really striking image for me.
I think
Um,
my biggest thing was that the army had to go hunt camels down and shoot them because of the water that they absorbed. Because I guess
wait, what?
yeah, so they also had to do this during the drought. So camels, of course, camels don't drink a lot, don't drink water often, right? But when they do drink them often, they fill up. Like it's like when we go to the
Yeah.
gas station. Like when we go to the gas station, we're there to fill up our entire tank usually. So, um, and because of that, during the droughts and during the wildfire, they actually had to shoot a good amount of them in Australia because of how much water they were taking up.
I'm
my God.
surprised that there's like enough of a population of them to make an impact like that.
Well, they also have. I mean, the camels migrate across Australia as well. So in some areas that didn't have the fires, they're surviving. So,
Mm,
um,
Hmm.
but
it's
also
interesting.
I can't take.
Australia seems to have a history of using the military to curb animal
I was about to say
populations
I can't really
with
take like
varying degrees of success.
I can't take
Yeah.
the Australian army seriously anymore because they lost to emus, bro.
The emu,
Yeah, yeah,
Bro, look up the
dude,
Great
those
Emu
things are
War.
vicious.
yeah, the emu
Those
wars.
Oh
things
my
are
god.
vicious. I don't blame them. Those things are vicious.
Yeah, this
I
literally.
really
To
don't.
be honest, it was really just four army. Like it was basically just a squad of army people against like 20,000 emus. But still, it was pretty funny. I think the Simple History channel on
Oh yeah.
YouTube goes over the best. Because it's really it really goes over the best way possible. It's hilarious. Um,
Nice.
but no, all right, you can
Um,
continue, Pluto.
okay. Jared Leto and a lot of the contestants on the game show Big Brother did not know about the pandemic until they came out of their respective isolations. Big Brother was, it's an isolated show. And then Jared Leto was on a meditation retreat. So they came back to the real world, heard about the pandemic, and immediately tweeted about it like 3 months after everybody else. Bolivian orchestra was
Sorry,
trapped in a
sorry,
castle.
sorry.
What?
There is a group of scientists from the Pacific Ocean that were where they just came back to the U.S. last month, and they've been there for over a year. So they just
Oh
heard
my
about
God.
it now.
Wow.
So it
That's
again.
nuts.
So like they left. I think it was like November of 2019. Then
Oh
just
my
came back
God.
now.
I think this next one is my favorite of all time. So the the Bolivian orchestra was trapped in a castle for 73 days by wolves during the pandemic. Uh,
What?
you didn't
uh,
hear about this?
I did
Okay.
not hear
No.
about
So,
this.
um,
Please talk.
We gotta start putting articles in the
okay,
chat,
yeah.
man.
So this is what I'm telling you. This is why you got to do prepare. This is why you got to be prepared. You got to do your research. This was in May, late May. So the Bolivian orchestra group has been stranded in a German castle for 73 days after all countries closed their borders during the coronavirus pandemic. Um, and some of the musicians were as young as 17 years old, arrived in Germany for a spring concert tour just as COVID-19 was really starting over there. Their concerts were soon called off as Germany imposed a social distancing law, like a gathering ban, and their flights back to Bolivia were canceled after the country closed its borders due to a coronavirus precaution. And then they were just trapped inside by wolves. Um, so the castle grounds are not really that well maintained, and they saw over 2 dozen packs of wolves. Um, so they were all trying to figure out what the heck to do, and these wolves were just like messing around, growling, sort of like play fighting, and they all ran back inside. So they were stuck there because nobody could kind of help them because of these wolves. So the Bolivian orchestra
Wow.
was castle, I think, for a total of 120 days now, because of the wolves and the pandemic. They
I'm
were stuck in a
sorry.
castle
Eh,
in Germany.
I'm sorry. Did like anyone think to just fire a couple rounds in the air? The wolves to like screw off?
Dude, these are
uh,
wolves.
I
Like
mean, I don't
This is like
know.
2 dozen packs of wolves.
I don't know how
Two
many
dozen packs.
orchestras also like carry.
Carry
So
Glocks.
no,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
within a
dude,
week,
I
I
got
think a
my
police officer would
trombone.
come. You think maybe like I don't know, national like the army or something like that?
No, because everybody was under really, really strict social distancing guidelines, so they just stayed in this castle.
I mean, honestly, like that's probably was like the safest and best option, but like still like
Flare gun? I don't know, fire a
like
trombone at
what
them? Like, come on.
what kind of like this is stuff straight out of like a fantasy adventure book, man. Like stuck in a castle like with wolves everywhere. Like man,
I
nah.
think you could have done a bayonet charge with the trombone section, but that's
There you
just
go.
me.
Oh my God.
That's just me. I don't know,
Um,
Chad. I don't know how you feel about that, but I have a trombone. It works very well as a bayonet, as I've found out over the years. But
Does it now?
The internet also created Kim Yo Jong, Kim Yo Jong's anime, which is Kim Jong Un. So Kim Yo Jong was Kim Jong Un's like little sister, and
Bruh,
they
pictures came
created like
out.
an anime. Yeah, they came out with
Dude,
like an anime opening for her. It's like, hi, my name is Kim Yo Jong, and I'm late for my first day as dictator. So there was that where everyone,
yeah, bro,
um,
people were being thirsty as hell on Twitter.
yeah, dude, it was
I was like,
quarantine.
oh my god.
when are
It
they
was
not, to be
quarantine.
honest?
Okay, yeah, but like, dude, it's usually not for North Korean dictators.
Like we literally had nothing to do.
I
Like
mean,
this was before like Among Us got like hella popular. So like people were
Hmm.
like we were like 7 weeks into quarantine, we're pulling their hair out, like ordering DoorDash, like we're crumbling. So people were doing all kinds of shit. And then Trump claimed that he was banning TikTok like 40 different times. And then he just sort of forgot about it. Then there
Still
was
up.
the everything is cake trend.
sorry, I
Carol
got it.
Baskin was on
Talking
Dancing
about
with the Stars.
talking about Trump and the election. Kanye West not only ran for presidency, but was also endorsed by two famous people. Now, can you guess these two famous people?
I know who these two famous people are, so I will keep my mouth shut. Ethan,
Ethan,
it's all you.
can you guess?
Dude, not gonna lie, I don't know shit about what Kanye West been up to the last 2
He
years, so.
he was endorsed by not the Chicago's own Chance the Rapper and Elon Musk.
Bro, Chance, what are you doing?
Donated $1 million to the kids at CPS, then lost his mind.
Dude, like,
uh,
Netflix and the United States military had a quick little, I don't know what you say, skirmish because Netflix, I got the IP or whatever for Space Force, which is a show
oh yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
fictional Space Force. And Trump was like, I want to make an actual Space Force, but then they couldn't. They were having trouble using the name because it was already branded to the Netflix show.
Well, it
Um,
wasn't the army. It was the Space Force falls underneath the Air Force Command.
yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know if any of you remembered Quibi, which is the streaming service where you can only watch from your phone. It cost $1.75 billion to create, and then it shut down only 5 months later.
I love it.
Um, Trump held a Bible upside down.
After gassing people to make way so we could take the picture. Gotta love that.
Yep.
Hold up, sorry.
Lori Loughlin from Full House went to prison.
Oh yeah, didn't she get out too?
Wasn't that like the college thing?
Yes.
Yeah, the college
Okay.
thing.
Ivanka
Man.
Trump took professionally shot photos with a can of Goya beans.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Hey, what was it? That was funny because the Goya Beans also put Kamala Harris as their employee of the year because she went against them, then sales skyrocketed for them.
Oh
Bruh,
my
it's
God.
amazing, like buying beans to own the liberals. Like anything can be political in this country. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like
I think it was.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan won 2020's Sexiest Man Alive.
honestly,
Rudy
I can't.
Giuliani and Borat. Just that. I'll just say Borat and Rudy Giuliani. I think we all know what I'm talking about there.
Oh my god.
The Pentagon released UFO videos, and we got that information from the Israeli Space Commission.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That was
Also, we
That
found out
great.
that there was water on the moon. Moon's wet.
We've
WAP
known
came
that.
out.
We've known that for years that there's ice pockets on the moon.
Yeah, but I think this is the first time we found like liquid water.
It's too cold for it to be liquid water.
Oh, I don't know. We found water on the moon. I don't know the specifics. All I did when I found out, I just said moon's wet. That's it. So please
Moon
take
got
my information on the
I
moon.
think
Moon got
yourself.
drip.
I think the most sad and depressing thing of the year was Taco Bell canceling the potatoes, the quesarito, loaded grillers, and the 7-layer burrito.
Ooh, I can one up you there. I think the saddest thing about 2020 is WAP getting Ben Shapiro to admit that he had never gotten his wife wet.
I forgot about that. That's pretty funny.
I think that's pretty I think that's pretty big.
You know what was really sad for someone like me who doesn't like waking up before noon if I don't have to?
Hmm.
McDonald's got rid of their all-day breakfast because of
Oh
COVID.
yeah, I forgot, bro. But they brought back all day cinnamon rolls,
Ooh, sheesh. Okay.
and they were big cinnamon rolls, like they're size of the quarter pounder, bro.
Dang. All right.
Yeah. So I guess
Uh,
negative and positive.
yes. And then the Zodiac Killer Cypher 340 was broken. Um,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was broken earlier this month. God, that even feels like a million miles away or a million years away. Um, so apparently, I don't know. The thing is I'm thinking about this and I'm like, okay, did this guy spend all of his time in quarantine breaking this one code and it basically took him a year to break one code with all of his quarantine time? Or was this guy working on multiple codes and this is the first one that he cracked out of
Yeah.
all of them?
I don't know. The Zodiac Killer is an interesting case, and there would definitely be a stream just because of you, Pluto. We will talk about serial killers. Um,
Yes,
Hey, I'm up for that.
I
um,
am always up for that.
we'll probably name it like stupid unsolved or something like that.
Yeah,
Because it's us. But
yeah, we're kind of three heads, so
cut off two heads and one word take its place. Gonna.
With a quarter of the brain cells.
yeah.
Yep. Uh, well, all right. Let's try to wrap it up. Just because we're losing viewers.
If
Okay.
you like that.
And I mean, I feel like we've had a pretty good stream so far.
Yeah, this has been fun.
So we do this at work a lot at my work. That's not streaming. What was your high of the year and what was your low of the year that you care to share on stream? I'll give you guys a minute to think about it while I talk about our sponsor for the last time. Today's stream was sponsored by Big Boys. Now, Big Boys are a rising SoundCloud rap group, but they're not only that. A bunch of our songs talks about a lot of stuff we talked about in the stream, and a bunch of stuff that's happened in the past. Again, if you like songs that are jokes and songs that not necessarily sound good but are funny in general, these are definitely the guys. Now, they do also have songs that actually do hit on a level,
Hey.
including
Yeah, Hammerhead Snacks.
including your new album that just came out, The Hot Seat. Now you guys can see it on the. You guys can see it. It says parent advisory on it, and that's a very good measure. So make sure you're wearing your headphones and put down the volume just a little bit. Um, I think one of my favorite songs was either "Making That Dough" or "Respect the Pouch" from that album, I believe. So.
Yup.
And also came out of singles, I think a year beforehand. But other than
Something like that, yeah.
so, all right, you guys good?
Yeah, I think I got it.
All right, go ahead, Pluto.
Low of the year, definitely being in quarantine without a lot of my friends. Um, high of the year, oh God, I think I'm gonna have to say the Ben Shapiro thing. I just think that's hilarious. I I know that it relates to my life in no way whatsoever, but I think just getting that little man to admit something like that through Cardi B, I just think it's comedy gold.
That's incredible. Like the Onion could not have wrote that.
Yeah,
Like
The Onion could not have.
but okay. So I think for me, like the lowest point was probably just like being stuck at home. Um which although it got better, it was just kind of like annoying and yeah, you know how it is. But the highest point would definitely be like this last semester at school because it's like, hey, if you couldn't tell from this stream, I'm not a very smart person, but I did good this semester. Thank you to online classes. So I'll take that dub any day. So
Uh, I think for me the low was definitely COVID. Um, but the high was me starting this stream because without COVID, this stream probably would never have started. And
true.
we're up after this stream. I believe we're up to 13 followers, and I mean, at the height of the stream, we had 7 viewers. So today was a good stream.
Yeah.
It's probably
Go.
probably the most impressive stream I've had so far. So, and hopefully we'll continue the podcast for a little bit. Um, the podcast will be a little bit different moving on, just because I'll be in a different location in the next. Oh, actually, I won't be. Don't. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't even know where I'm at currently. So, thank you guys for tuning out to the stream so much today. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, watch our videos, and on Instagram. Later this week, I'll be streaming Battlefield 5, Dead by Daylight, maybe with these people, and
Yeah.
Rainbow Six
That's right, I gotta install
Siege.
that.
Rainbow Six Siege will be an interesting stream to see how long I have to wait till I get into a hacker game. So,